What's up, everybody? Ryan Turford, the man on the moose here, or the weatherman on the moose, depending on what flavor of man on the moose you want to go with here. And today's a very exciting day. I'm just so excited for this, and we don't really have a show that covers this type of thing. So I wanted to do this one-off video just talking about this particular exciting piece of news, because as you can probably already tell by the tone of my voice and the fact that, I'm moving my hands a lot talking about this, I'm super stoked to talk about this. So SEGA actually tweeted a little bit earlier today saying that we are officially getting the SEGA Genesis Mini 2 in North America. So this was actually announced in Japan about a month ago or so, where they were doing like a Japanese only version of the Mega Drive with a whole bunch of different games, including Sega CD games for the first time, which is a huge deal. I'll get into why in just a little bit. And I think this news is amazing. We were wondering for a while if we were going to get this in North America, and turns out not only are we getting this version in North America, but it's going to have English translated games in this collection with the English localized versions of them. So, for example, if we had a Sega CD game that was done by Working Designs, sounds like we're getting that version in this collection, which I think is really sweet. Additionally, we're also getting it in the model of the Model 2 with the 6-button controller. So no weird this time around with North America, where other regions got the 6-button controller, but we got the 3-button controller with the Model 1. This time around, we're getting the 6-button controller. There is some weirdness with this announcement, though. It is releasing on October 27th of this year. Sega did say that this is coming to North America, but as far as I can tell right now, this is exclusive only in the United States through Amazon USA, but it ships from Amazon Japan, and it's not covered by Prime shipping. So if you have a Prime subscription, it sounds like you're paying like $20 for shipping to wherever you live in the United States, which is weird to me that that's actually a thing. But again, it's Sega. This type of thing happens all the time. They are the same company that gave us, Game Gear micros that were literally the size of your thumb, essentially. So it's just, nothing really surprises me at this point. But we got a list of some of the titles in this version for North America. We don't have everything that was promised for the Japanese version confirmed for North America, but let's run through them real quick, and I can kind of give some of my insight on some of these games. So first off, starting with the Sega CD games that we know about, we've got Sonic CD, Shining Force CD, Sylphied, Mansion of the Hidden Souls, Night Striker 3. We also got Ninja Warriors as well, which I didn't even realize even came out for Sega CD. I have the Super Nintendo, like Ninja Warriors Again version, but I didn't know that we had an original version, like the arcade version, I'm guessing is what this is. But this is also apparently a Japanese only version, like Night Striker 3, or at least if the box art is to believe here as to what's in there. And as far as Genesis games, we've got Afterburner 2, Outrun, Outrunners, Virtua Racing, Super Hang-On, Sonic 3D Blast, Shining in the Darkness, Vector Man 2, The Ooze, Bonanza Brothers, Alien Soldier, Rainbow Islands Extra, Splatterhouse 2, Rolling Thunder 2, Lightning Force, and then we've got 2 games that are labeled as bonus games in Fantasy Zone and Star Mobile. Now, these 2 kind of remind me of what we got with the Super Nintendo Mini, with something like Star Fox 2, for example, where maybe they're unreleased games or rare games, or even what we got on the Genesis Mini 1, where we got the first North American release of the Wily Wars, but then we also got Tetris for Sega Genesis, which was that weird one with a bunch of animal photos on it and stuff like that. So for me, I'm actually super stoked with this launch lineup. I actually think this is a good lineup of games so far. We don't know that there's actually 50 games in total coming in this collection, and we only have 23 so far. So we have 27 games that are missing. Also, noticeable omissions from this list include Popful Mail, which is a very, very, very expensive Sega CD game, close to $1,000 on eBay if you're looking for a copy of that one. That's promised for the Japanese release. That was done by Working Designs, but we don't have an announcement for the North American version yet of that. I would be very surprised if it was missing, again, unless, like I said, maybe there was something with the Working Designs games that we just don't get, which would make me really sad, because I'm going to talk about in a minute what games I want to see coming forward. But overall, I think this is a good list. First off, Sonic CD, I talked about this in the Sonic Origins video that I did not too long ago. Sonic CD is my favorite Sonic game, and just having it in its original form in this Genesis Mini, I think is going to be awesome. So very stoked for that. And then Shining Force CD, Probably the most exciting game in here, because this game is also very expensive. If you want a complete in box version, you're looking at $500 to $750 is what you're looking at for this one. So very expensive game because it's amazing. It's one of the best like tactical RPGs I've ever played. So, and I know a lot of people just missed out on this one because they didn't have a Sega CD, or it's just insanely expensive. So it just was prohibitive to a lot of people jumping into this one. As far as the Genesis games are concerned, I love Outrun. I think it's a great racing game. I'm actually more partial to Afterburner as well. I know a lot of people aren't like over the moon for a game like Afterburner 2, but I actually have fond memories playing that game growing up, and I just really enjoy myself playing that one. We've also got Splatterhouse, which of course I love horror games, so I'm very excited to be able to play Splatterhouse 2 for the first time. I've played the first one, but I've never played Splatterhouse 2 at all. And then Rolling Thunder is an interesting one too, because that's almost like a James Bond style, side-scrolling game. And I really like the first one, but I also like Splatterhouse 2. I've never played the sequel, so I'm actually stoked to play this in this collection. And then Shining in the Darkness as well is one of the very first RPGs I ever played on Sega Genesis, playing it on the Sega channel. It's a first-person RPG made by Camelot, who made all the Shining Force games, and it takes place in that same universe. I am actually pretty excited to revisit that one as well, since, again, I don't have a physical copy of it. But as far as games I want to see, honestly, I want to just see more RPGs come to it, first of all. That was one thing that we did see a little bit in the first Genesis Mini, because we did see the original Shining Force and Phantasy Star 4, but I would love to see a game like Shining Force 2 come to this collection. We've already got, Shining Force CD, so maybe they don't want to put too much Shining Force in this collection, but I think that would be a dope addition. Also, again, the Working Designs games for Sega CD, whether it's Vey or, the Lunar games in particular, I really hope that these games get included in this collection. I think that would be amazing. Snatcher, I don't have a physical copy of that to show up because that is the most expensive Sega CD game, and it's one of Hideo Kojima's games that no one's really been able to play unless you downloaded it from the internet, essentially, at this point. Or I would even love to see them do a bonus game with Penn and Teller's Sega CD game that never got released, but everyone's played it because it exists on the internet. And that's where we got Desert Bus. That's where that came from. So I think there's a lot of really interesting games that could be included in here that we haven't gotten announced yet. So I'm hoping for more, even something like Haunting starring Poltergeist or Ranger X. Like, I think they could go in a lot of great directions with the Sega Genesis Mini 2. And I can't wait to get mine, if I can find a way to get mine, because I live in Canada and there's no current way to ship it here. But maybe I'm going to work out a deal with some people to get this in my possession. But either way, I'm super stoked for this. I think this is an amazing idea from Sega, and I just want to see more of this. Again, I've talked about it before with our two latest collection reviews, that I love seeing, older games become more accessible to people. And I think this is a great way to do it. I just wish that the rollout was just a little bit smoother, that it wasn't just Amazon only through Amazon Japan. Like, there's not even a North American distributor that's even shipping this. It's coming from Japan, of all places. So it's kind of weird with the rollout, but I'm excited for this. I think it's awesome. And maybe I'll do an update video later once we have all the games. Cause I kind of want to do almost like a Sega Drive pilot, or just a funny, one-off episode, whenever we get, the full console launching here in North America on October 27th, which is already a busy day in gaming, because we've got Star Ocean and Call of Duty and Bayonetta 3 that day as well. We got the Sega Genesis Mini 2. So throw that on there. But as for me, you can find me on Twitter at Ryan Turford. You can find us on Twitter at Carpool Gaming. If you're watching right here on YouTube, of course, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the Genesis Mini 2. Are you stoked for this? What games do you want to see come to this? I would love to hear from you. And last but not least, don't forget to hit that notification bell to be notified whenever we go live or whenever we put up new videos. And then last but not least, of course, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming to get early access to all of our shows, as well as some exclusive content over there. Well, anyways, I'm Ryan Turford. This has been a Sega Drive Mini episode, and we're out.